And
Thank you.
Matters. I think just because it takes you a little bit longer doesn't mean that it's not meant for you.
Yeah, I think this has been a really good conversation. So I really thank everybody for being here and talking about this. It's an important subject matter, and I really think it's important that we share like this. So I'm glad everybody did. For more information about today's episode, if you'd like to share your story, log on to drphil.com, technology. If you want to add your voice to the conversation, you can find me. I'm on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. I even have a TikTok account. Woo! If you're in Los Angeles area or you plan to be, we'd love to have you join us in a studio audience. Just go to drphil.com and click on Be Part of the Audience for all the details. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to my podcast, Fill in the Blanks. We talk about a lot of critical issues and things that you tell us are important. And you can also find Robin's podcast, I've Got a Secret. She talks to real innovators, people that have put together amazing lives, and they talk about the secrets that they really use to create their existence in this world, and some very interesting people. You can find them both on Apple Podcast or wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for sharing. I appreciate it from everybody. We'll see you next time.
WPSD Local 6, your breaking news and weather authority. This is Local 6 at 5.
Windy and dry today as we remain in a drought across the Local 6 region. Also, we remain in a red flag warning because of those conditions. So what does the weekend look like? Let's begin tonight with meteorologist Nolan Kane. So Nolan, what can we expect the next couple of days?
Well, it's actually going to be calming down tonight. The winds won't be strong tomorrow, so I wouldn't expect another red flag warning, but still be wary of any burning because there are still burn bans out in local communities and counties. Right now, you're looking off the sky tracker off the top of the U.S. Bank building in downtown Paducah. Very mild outside right now. 77 in Cape Girardeau, 73 in Carbondale, 76 in Paducah, it's 75 in Murray. No clouds whatsoever, all sunny, and the wind gusts are up in quite a few places. Cape Girardeau reading at 34 miles an hour, 27 in Paducah, 22 in Princeton, 29 in Harrisburg. In Mount Vernon, you're just in a little bit of a calm stretch right now. Those gusty winds will be going through for the rest of the evening until about 5, 6 o'clock, and Gridiron Glory tonight between the West Frankfort Redbirds and Massachusetts County Patriots will be southwest winds about 5 miles an hour, temperature around 65 at 7 o'clock this evening. So the winds will be calming down just in time for kickoff for a lot of those high school football games, but we'll have our first freeze early next week, Todd.
Continuing coverage on the fallout surrounding the partial demolition of the historic but dilapidated Catterjohn building in Paducah. New today, we learned that the building's owner, Amanda Poole, sent a cease and desist letter to the city of Paducah dated 1 day before the emergency demolition of the building. Her goal was to stop any future action by the city. Local 6's Jasmine Youngblood looked into this for us today. Joins us now. So Jasmine, what were the allegations in the letter?
Todd, Poole alleges the city was complicit in the illegal transfer of the building to 3 separate owners. Paducah's property management code states it's unlawful for an owner to sell, transfer, mortgage, lease, or dispose of the property if the owner has received violations or compliance orders. Poole claims the city has never enforced this code for the Catterjohn property, and it's negatively affecting her company, Evergreen Development LLC, as the current owner. Poole claims they cannot get financing or investors. They also aren't able to sell or transfer the property. Paducah City Manager Darren Jordan says the city has attempted to cooperate with Poole.
I can't speak to previous owners. I can only speak to that we have made, since my time here, our team has made multiple efforts to work with the existing owner and has reached out multiple times to get them to address various members of our team with no response.
This is not the only action Evergreen Development has taken in regards to the Catterjohn building. They also filed a complaint with the Kentucky Energy and Environment Cabinet, saying the city unleashed an enormous amount of asbestos, lead, and other substances and chemicals during the demolition. Todd.
Jasmine, thanks. The Kentucky EEC responded to our request for an update on the investigation ahead at 6, their findings so far, and what their next steps will be. Now, the city of Paducah told us they worked with the Department of Environmental Protection to ensure the asbestos was handled safely. Former President Trump has reacted to the January 6th commission voting in favor of issuing him a subpoena to testify. On his social media platform, the former president does not say whether or not he will comply. He also doubles down on fraudulent claims that the 2020 election was stolen and insists the committee should have instead looked into these claims. New video this week shows House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and other bipartisan lawmakers scrambling to activate the National Guard on January 6th. This while Trump watched the insurrection unfold at the hands of his supporters on television at the White House. And House Speaker Nancy Pelosi said on the day of the attack on the U.S. Capitol that she hoped Trump would come to the complex so that she could, quote, punch him out.
Secret Service said they have dissuaded him from coming to Capitol Hill. They told him they don't have the resources to protect him here. So at the moment he is not coming, but that could change.
Oh, he comes, I'm going to punch him out. This is my mom.
I would pay to see
I've
that.
been waiting for this, for trespassing on the Capitol grounds. I'm going to punch him out, and I'm going to go to jail, and I'm going to be happy.
Pelosi's daughter, a documentary filmmaker, captured the moment and many others on January 6th. It aired a few hours after the House Select Committee investigating the attack played other clips from the footage during its 9th hearing yesterday. A week after the attack on the Capitol, an email landed in a top FBI official's inbox expressing concern that a sizable percentage of the employees at the Capitol felt sympathetic to the rioters. The email said, quote, several also lamented that the only reason this violent activity is getting more attention is because of political correctness. The email was recently disclosed publicly in response to a Freedom of Information Act request. A federal judge ruled that the current version of a federal policy that prevents the deportation of hundreds of thousands of immigrants brought to the U.S. as children can continue, at least temporarily. A U.S. district judge said today that the policy can continue with limitations that he previously set. Now, those limitations say there can be no new applicants for DACA and that those who are already in the program can continue to be in it and renew their application. It's unclear when the judge will give his final decision on the case, which is expected to end up at the U.S. Supreme Court. Senator Rand Paul and other officials were at Dog Hill at Cherokee Park in Louisville today to celebrate the passage of the FDA Modernization Act 2.0. The bill allows an applicant for market approval for a new drug to use methods other than animal testing to check for a drug's safety and effectiveness.
For many years, for many decades, cosmetics were tested on animals, and now you see cosmetics advertised saying these cosmetics were not tested on animals. So we can test toxicity, and we've been able to do it, and there's whole marketing. In fact, huge portions of our public now buy cosmetics that were not tested on animals. So I think this is what the public wants.
The alternative methods may include cell-based ones, organ chips, computer modeling, and other human biology-based test methods. An investigation continues and is growing tonight in Raleigh, North Carolina, a day after the latest mass shooting in the U.S. 5 people are dead, including a police officer, several more wounded, after police say a 15-year-old opened fire in a normally quiet neighborhood there. A 15-year-old suspect was taken into custody after a long standoff with law enforcement. In a news conference today, Raleigh Police Chief said the suspect had been taken into custody and is in critical condition. No information about a motive or the suspect's background was released. The chief also said the victims who were killed ranged in age 16 to 52.
At that time, it was like, it's really going on. I think the thing that got me most was the kids. And I keep going back to the kids, but we as adults, we know how to handle a situation like this. These kids, if you could have seen the fear in their eyes, like the little girl was like, he pointed the gun at me. He pointed the gun. She was like, it was her and her friend. She just knew to split off. They knew to go two separate ways. He got to catch one of us. That was her logic. Like, he can only get one of us. And they're kids. They're kids.
Police say the crime scene was, quote, expansive and stretched over 2 miles. 6 people were injured in 2 connected shootings last night in Alabama. Police say 6 people suffered from gunshot wounds. They were given medical treatment and taken to different hospitals. Investigators found a second scene nearby that was related to the original call. It's unclear what was at that location. Belarusian President Alexander Lukashenko warned the West, do not push Russian President Vladimir Putin into a corner. When asked, Lukashenko downplayed the possibility of nuclear arms by Russia.
Do you think President Putin would use a nuclear weapon?
If you put a person or a country into the corner, there is only one way out from there, to move forward. That's why you don't cross red lines. You cannot cross them. Within the last couple of days, Russia made strikes on Ukraine with high-precision weapons in response to the Crimean bridge attack. You probably noticed that it was powerful, but it's not everything. Russia, and I know this for sure, possesses the most modern weapons, and you don't need nuclear weapons. Russia will cope without nuclear weapons.
Keir Simmons will have more of his exclusive interview with the president of Belarus on NBC Nightly News tonight. North Korea fired a ballistic missile and hundreds of artillery shells toward the sea today and flew warplanes near the border with South Korea. South Korea's short-range missile lifted off from the North's capital region and flew towards its eastern waters. It was North Korea's 15th missile launch since it resumed testing activities last month. North Korea said its recent missile tests were simulations of nuclear strikes on South Korean and U.S. targets in response to their military exercises. Abbott Labs is recalling some of its baby formula. It's recalling certain lots of its 2-ounce ready-to-feed liquid formula because of a problem with the bottle caps. The tops may not have been sealed completely and could cause the formula to spoil. Now, most of the affected products are distributed primarily to hospitals and doctors' offices. The recall does not include any powder formulas. Abbott says the recall involves a small fraction of total infant formula and should not affect the overall supply. Affected lot numbers can be found at the website now on your screen. Abbott issued a much larger recall at a different plant in February, which exacerbated a nationwide shortage of baby formula already plagued by supply chain issues.
There's no Hogwarts without you, Hagrid.
Scottish actor Robbie Coltrane, who played the half-giant Hagrid in the Harry Potter movies, has died. He was 72. He died today at a hospital in Scotland. No cause was given. Coltrane came to fame as a hard-bitten detective in the 1990 series Cracker, for which he won Best Actor at the British Academy Television Awards 3 years running. He played gentle half-giant Hagrid, a mentor to the boy wizard, in all 8 Harry Potter films, released between 2001 and 2011. Coltrane survived by his sister, Annie Ray, his ex-wife, Rona Jamel, and his children, Spencer and Alice. Happening now, tonight kicks off week 9 of the high school football season. Teams are starting to get their chance to lock up their district championships. But the first district championship is still up for grabs, and the Murray Tigers are trying to keep their hopes alive. Local 6's Blake Sandlin live for us in Princeton tonight ahead of Murray's game against Caldwell County. So Blake, this game has some big implications in the district race.
That's right, Todd. On paper, this seems like a bit of a meaningless game between both of these teams. Murray taking on a Caldwell County squad that's just 2-6 on the season. But in all actuality, the first district race is still very much alive between Murray and Mayfield, and a win tonight would be huge for the Tigers. Murray and Mayfield are currently tied at 2-0 in district play with just 3 games left in the regular season. If both the Cardinals and Tigers can pick up wins tonight, that will set up a district clash between the two next week, and the winner of that game can clinch a district championship. That goal is very achievable for the Tigers as they beat Mayfield 2 of the last 3 meetings, but Mayfield got them when it mattered in the playoffs last year. It's been an up and down year for Murray, going 4-3 this season, but a win tonight and then one next week would absolutely make their season. But obviously none of that matters if they can't get it done tonight against Caldwell County. This is one of those classic look-ahead spots. We'll see how the Tigers respond tonight against Caldwell. Reporting live from Princeton, Blake Sandlin, Local 6 Sports.
All right, Blake, thanks. Ahead at 6 o'clock, Sports Director Adam Wells will be live from Massac County High School as the Patriots host Frankfurt. Ahead, the U.S. faces an Adderall shortage, what the FDA is saying, and what you need to talk with your doctor about, and why the feds are looking into Elon Musk and his bid to buy Twitter. But first, protesters threw soup on this famous Van Gogh painting, what they were protesting and why.
Netflix has a massive library of movies and shows, but you probably only see the same few on your homepage. There are some secret codes you can put in the search bar to discover hidden gems you wouldn't find otherwise. Monday morning at 6:40, Secret Codes on Netflix.
Inflation and interest rates got you down?
BB's online auction will cheer you up with great new deals every week on everything from toys, tools, and home decor to electronics and hunting equipment. Experience BB's online auction and bid farewell to high prices.
My mom did not want her loved ones to have to pay taxes on her inheritance. So we went to Dean Owen, and it took several years, but when she passed, she got her wish. That strategy saved us literally over $250,000 in taxes.
Everybody's situation is different. It generally takes years of planning to get rid of the taxes on your kids' inheritance. So give me a call and let's get a plan together to make your kids' life a little more rewarding and a lot less taxing.
When it comes to tax planning, we trust Dean Owen, period.
Presented by Humana Healthy Horizons in Kentucky, the Merriman House Paduckie Derby returns to Noble Park on October 22nd at 3 p.m. Adopt your ducks to put in the race and you could take home $2,500. Second and third places also win cash prizes. Adopt your ducks today at duckrace.com/Paducah. The 8th annual Paduckie Derby is presented by Humana Healthy Horizons in Kentucky and sponsored by Paducah Elks Lodge 217 and Cornerstone of Hope and more generous sponsors. Adopt your ducks today.
Popcorn, get your popcorn here. Popcorn, $1.
All right, pay $1 for popcorn.
Do people say one thing and you hear another? Life doesn't have to be like this.
Trade one daughter for popcorn? I'm not going to trade my daughter for popcorn.
No, Dad, he said paid $1 for popcorn.
Hi, I'm Tim. Let us save you the embarrassment. Call and schedule your appointment today.
BB Storage has expanded. New climate-controlled storage units are now available. They come in multiple sizes with secure 24/7 access and keyless entry. BB Storage. Call today, they won't last long.
Sky Tracker brought to you by Oaks Law Firm, personal injury and family law professionals.
Climate protesters threw soup over Vincent van Gogh's Sunflowers painting in the National Gallery in London today. They're protesting fossil fuel extraction. The group, called Just Stop Oil, wants the British government to stop new oil and gas projects. Activists dumped 2 cans of Heinz tomato soup over the oil painting, one of the Dutch artist's most iconic works. The protesters filmed their actions and were in no hurry to leave. London's police said officers arrested 2 people. The group has drawn attention and criticism for targeting artworks in museums. Activists have also blocked bridges and intersections. The demonstrations come as the British government opens a new licensing round for North Sea oil and gas exploration, despite criticism from environmentalists.
It's been a windy afternoon for a lot of us across the region today, gusting up to about 30-35 miles an hour in some places, especially Missouri earlier today, almost 35 to 40 in some places. But that is starting to calm down. And as we go into the night, it will come down to about 5 to 10 miles an hour. You're looking off the U.S. Bank building in downtown Paducah right now. Sunset is just now starting up, and the red flag warning will expire at 7. But that doesn't mean the burn bans are gone either. So actually respect those burn bans, as they will still be in place, and they trump the red flag warning that expires tonight. The dry pattern will be continuing, and a few raindrops could be falling on Sunday morning and potentially even Saturday evening once again. And our first widespread freeze could be possible in early part of next week. Right now, there's a few high clouds across Illinois and Kentucky, but those are slowly starting to clear out as we lose the heat of the day, and that will clear out to mostly clear overnight tonight, maybe just a few clouds around 10 o'clock. I'll start you off at 8 o'clock this evening, 62 in Paducah, 65 in Carbondale, a few showers up near Mount Vernon with them at 60 degrees, Dyersburg at 65. We'll cool off into the upper 50s to around the mid-60s in the Bootheel, and in northwest Tennessee we'll be in the low 50s to the upper 50s in Tennessee tomorrow, 52 in Paducah, and then 42 in Mount Vernon, so quite a wide, diverse group of temperatures here. 63 tomorrow afternoon, so have the jacket at Mount Vernon. 73 in Paducah and 77 in McKenzie. More showers will try to pop up just on the fringe of our area Saturday evening, and our best chance will be Sunday, early Sunday morning as a matter of fact, between Martin and Paris. A heavy band could potentially come up near the Kentucky-Tennessee border. And a few of these showers could be pretty heavy at times down near Dyersburg and into Boot Hill, Missouri. Best chance of rain will be down in the Boot Hill and northwest Tennessee for most of Sunday. A couple of rounds could get up into Kentucky and a little bit more north toward the Mississippi River. However, it won't be much of a rain changer at all. About 1/10 of an inch of rain from Mayfield, Murray, maybe up to 1/4 and 1/2 inch locally near Martin, Dyersburg, and Huntington, but it's not going to be saving our drought any at all. But the main thing is going to be the temperatures after the front rolls through. Monday at 7 o'clock in the morning in the low 40s, and then we'll go up in the mid 50s for the afternoon, so it's going to be chilly. But then here comes the big temperatures, 29 on Tuesday, and then we'll be even colder potentially on Wednesday, 27 to 28 degrees. So our first widespread frost for the entire region could happen, and it could be record-breaking as well. 29 Monday night would break the record from 1943, and 26 Tuesday night would break the record from 1976. And keep in mind, our average is 47 degrees, so we're almost 20 degrees below average. 75 tomorrow afternoon, 30% chance of early morning showers on Sunday, mostly in Tennessee and parts of Kentucky, maybe the Boot Hill as well. Monday, high of only 57, but the lows go into the upper 20s as we could be seeing our first widespread frost, and will warm back up in the mid-60s by the end of the week.
Next on NBC Nightly News, America's newest sport obsession gets the backing of some pros. NBC's Amelia Akita grabs a paddle and takes you inside the world of pickleball.
Hey there, we're at the final Major League Pickleball Tournament of the year in Columbus, Ohio. Pickleball now considered one of the fastest growing sports in the U.S. with nearly 5 million people picking up a paddle last year. It's doubled in size since 2014. Coming up on NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt, we'll dive into what's behind the sport's booming success that has now won over the attention of some of the biggest names in sports. Stay with us.
Coming up here, an Adderall shortage is hitting the U.S. What the FDA recommends if you're in need of the ADHD medication. Next.
Today's Gridiron Glory forecast is brought to you by Marshall County Hospital.
Allen Auto Sales has served thousands of happy customers for over 75 years. With over 150 vehicles on the lot, we have the sporty, luxury, or economic vehicle you want, and all include a warranty. Stop by and see us at Allen Auto Sales, downtown Paducah.
Warning, unedited script.
My wife noticed that our porch was starting to settle and it just continued to get worse. We first got a bid to replace the porch, and after some research we called Affordable Concrete Solutions. They were very responsive, even showed up when they said they would, saved us thousands, and did a fantastic job.
We repair sidewalks, driveways, pool decks, and more. Affordable Concrete Solutions also offers foundation support that will prevent further settlement. Affordable Concrete Solutions, serving the tri-state. Call us today.
The Internet of Things is evolving, creating the Internet of You. And Spectrum, America's leading internet and mobile provider, is bringing you seamless connectivity across all your devices. Introducing Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet with speeds of 300 megabits, advanced Wi-Fi, and Spectrum Mobile Unlimited, all for just $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999. Spectrum Internet delivers speeds up to a gig with over 99.9% network reliability. Advanced Wi-Fi provides enhanced security and privacy that automatically blocks threats to protect all of your devices. And Spectrum Mobile gives you unlimited talk, text, and data with nationwide 5G and the most reliable service coast to coast. Switch now. Call 833-673-4999. At Spectrum, it's not just about connecting things, it's about connecting you. Get it all with Spectrum One, Spectrum Internet, advanced Wi-Fi, and one line of Spectrum Mobile Unlimited for $49.99 a month. Call 833-673-4999 or visit a Spectrum store today.
With over 150 vehicles on the lot, Allen Auto Sales in Paducah has you covered. Complete financing is available on fuel-efficient, stylish, and powerful vehicles. Stop by and see Allen Auto Sales today in downtown Paducah.
The Local 6 News Ticker is brought to you by Integrity Roofing and Exteriors.
The Food and Drug Administration confirmed there is a shortage of the attention deficit hyperactivity disorder drug Adderall. The FDA issued a statement saying that one of the manufacturers of the drug is experiencing ongoing malfunctioning delays. Now, the FDA suggested patients work with their doctor to determine treatment options, which may include seeking alternative medications. Elon Musk is under federal investigation over his $44 billion Twitter deal. Twitter did not say what specific conduct officials may be investigating. The company's filing accused Musk's legal team of failing to produce communications with the Securities and Exchange Commission and Federal Trade Commission, as well as ongoing litigation over whether Musk can walk away from the deal. The two big names in grocery stores are merging. Kroger is acquiring Albertsons in a deal worth $25 billion. Kroger will assume Albertsons' debt. Combined, the two companies employ more than 710,000 workers and nearly 5,000 stores across 48 states and Washington, D.C. The deal has already been approved by the boards of each company. Federal prosecutors say AT&T Illinois has agreed to pay a $23 million fine to resolve a probe into its alleged illegal efforts to influence former Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan. The company admits it arranged to make payments to an associate of Madigan, who was one of the state's most powerful political figures at the time, in exchange for Madigan's help in pushing through legislation the company was seeking. In exchange for agreeing to pay the fine, prosecutors suspended their criminal case against the company and will drop the charges in 2 years if the company abides by certain conditions. A Lexington, Kentucky artist designs custom kicks for celebrities, but a recent pair of his custom high tops were created for none other than Pope Francis. Billy Hobbs has a pretty impressive client list. He's made custom kicks for celebrities from Snoop Dogg to Paul McCartney, and now Pope Francis.
The Pope was just kind of like the top level. I mean, you can't really go any higher than that.
Father Jim Schicko came up with the gift idea for his trip to the Vatican, asking Hobbs to paint the Nike Blazers yellow and white to represent the papal flag, and this design, which is the Pope's coat of arms.
He just was like, wow, and he was pointing at them, and I took them out of the box because on the back side it says Pope Francis on them, and he was just very, very pleased with them.
The positive reaction is not just a win for Hobbs, but also for the Commonwealth, because his design and our state have proudly graced the world stage. Got some low temperatures moving in. Final check your forecast is next.
Closed captioning made possible by Road Centers for Better Hearing.
I'm so glad I came to Rhodes because I didn't know what I was missing until I got it back.
Visit Road Centers for Better Hearing today.
So what can we say about the buffet at Pizza Inn, where you'll find your favorite pizzas served hot with made-from-scratch dough and hand-shredded 100% real mozzarella cheese, plus the area's best and biggest salad bar with your choice of over 40 fresh veggie salad and dessert items. And the choices keep coming with the pasta bar, dessert bar, and make sure to save room for ice cream. Enjoy the buffet anytime between 10:30 and 9, 7 days a week. It's just a great deal any way you slice it. For Pizza Out, it's Pizza Inn, a Paducah tradition for over 50 years.
Oh yeah, fall is here. Time to get to Woodcrafters Galleries and get the home furnishings you want at prices you have to see to believe. The calculators have been calculating, and the prices, well, they've fallen. Woodcrafters has taken markdown store-wide for fall's most exciting savings event. Extraordinary prices on the biggest selection, the best brands, plus no interest for 1 year. Hurry to Murray. Fall is the time, and this is the place for falling prices and interest-free for 1 year. Now that's what's happening at Woodcrafters Galleries.
Getting injured on the job can change your life. How are you going to support your family? What about the medical bills that are piling up? Can you recover the wages you've lost? Workers' comp claims can be complicated, but fortunately for workers around here, you've got the Bryant Law Center. They know workers' comp and you don't pay a dime until they win your case. If you've been injured on the job, call 1-888-MARK-BRYANT.
I decided to look into solar a few years ago because my bills were just becoming astronomical. And that's whenever I went to AES. They planned it, designed it, did the work, done. It was easy.
AES Solar has a 10-year workmanship guarantee. We stand by our work so you can enjoy the savings.
You will really start to notice that your bills are going down. That's the first thing that happens. It makes a sunny day even better.
AES Solar. Call now for a free estimate.
Casey Bellamy of Innovative Aesthetics was one of our guests this week on Family Health Experts, previewing their upcoming aesthetic open house and offering answers to your questions. If you'd like to review this segment, it's online now under Family Health Experts at WPSDLocal6.com.
The indictment of a former president, or perhaps candidate for president, would arguably tear the country apart. Is that your concern? Can you update us on the status of negotiations?
Ahead on NBC Nightly News, minutes away, an NBC News exclusive with a world leader and an ally of Vladimir Putin, what he tells NBC News about Putin's health. And on the border, at an epicenter of illegal crossings, what the town's only hospital says migrant care is costing.
And if you're going out for Gridiron Glory tonight between West Frankfort and Massac County, 65 degrees at 7 o'clock this evening. Winds will come down around 5 miles an hour out of the southwest. Mostly clear, however, a few clouds will come up around 10 o'clock and they'll clear out by early tomorrow morning. Northwest winds 5 to 10 tomorrow afternoon, so it'll be a bit calmer. Our only chance for showers and maybe a couple rumbles of thunder on Sunday. High of 71. Then the cold front will take us down potentially to our first freeze of the season Monday night and Tuesday night before we warm right back up into the mid-60s by the end of the week.
All right, those temperatures tell me it is fall. Nolan, thank you. Thank you for watching WPSD Local 6 at 5. Nightly News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.
Success Vision has great prices and you get them the same day.
Same day service.
Same day service.
Buying my glasses was so easy.
I got 2 pairs of no lines for $99 and they were ready the same day.
The discount stores all said I had to wait days. I'm sorry, I just can't wait days for my glasses.
Being able to see is kind of important. Success Vision had them for me the same day.
2 pair for $39 in an hour for less. Come see us today, Success Vision Express.
They say that every person is unique, and everyone deserves the one-of-a-kind furniture that can only be found at Five Psalms Company in Murray. Their solid wood furniture is handcrafted by Steve personally to create stunning tables, islands, and so much more. They offer in-home design services too, and they'll always aim to please when creating a space that puts the you in unique.
Let us
enhance your home.
All October long, come down for the chance to win a 6-foot farmhouse dining table, only at Five Psalms Company.
Get 11% off everything at Menards. Light up your workspace with a new work light from Smart Electrician. This 10,000 lumen LED work light is super bright, weather resistant, and portable. Shine light where you need it with 11% off all work lights. Get your yard work done with a new powerful leaf blower from Works. Works power tools make fall cleanup projects quick and easy. All Works outdoor power tools are 11% off at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Warm coats are essential for kids this winter. Now, you can help by donating new coats or cleaned and gently used coats of any size to the Coats for Kids campaign. You can drop them off at your local River Valley Ag Credit office. For River Valley locations in your area, go online to WPSDLocal6.com. Be sure to check and see if your church or school is participating in the Coats for Kids Challenge. Join WPSD Local 6 and River Valley Ag Credit as we collect coats for kids now through October 28th.
God, darling.